Hi everybody and welcome back to Californication. Yes, the name has actually changed. I know, not like a T6, wasn't overly catchy, but today we are talking about heaters, the auxiliary heater, and an issue that I've come across, and some of you might have done the same, and today we're going to be going through that. We're going to be going through the immediate heat and the continuous heat. We're going to be going through exactly when to use what and when and how, so you don't have the same problem that I did. So yeah, hi, welcome back everybody. We're going to be talking about this control panel. We're going to be talking about the front controls. We're going to be talking about the app, but it's all about the auxiliary heaters today. We're looking at continuous heat and immediate heat. Now I was laid here going back about 3 months ago. It was starting to get a bit cold. I used the app and I put immediate heat on and then nothing happened because one big issue, VW have put in a set amount of time that you can use the heat immediately up to a maximum of 180 minutes. Once that is reached, you will not be able to turn it on either continuous or back onto the heat immediately mode because they don't want you basically to run it out of diesel, and it's kind of a fail safe. If you are in the van, make sure you utilize the continuous mode. Now, the reason I didn't is because we were utilizing the app and I was laying here, we're all asleep, the kids are up above, and I thought it'd be easy to use the app so it didn't blind everybody and wake everybody up. I know you can change the settings to actually bring the brightness down, but what I wanted to do is just be able to have the control next to me and bring it on when I wanted. However, we reached that 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. Good maths. Now, that was a problem for us because then the van got really cold and I could not put it on the continuous mode. What you have to do is drive the van 30 meters at a walking pace. Now, on the middle of a campsite, I don't think you're going to do that. So the big thing you want to be doing, or the main thing if you are away, utilize that continuous heat. If you're going to do it, set it up on here first, and then you can change the settings then on the app. So if you are over this side, you want to be able to change the heat setting to bring it down or up, you can then do it. But as you can see by the app, when you're actually in the van, it is banked out. Now, as soon as you drive away when you're in continuous mode, it will stop. That is a big difference. So if I'm at home getting ready to go to work, and I'm using my van, I use my key fob, it will come on for a 10-minute period. You can extend that as well, but that will stay on whilst the van is driving. So even though the van is cold and the engine's cold, the actual heat immediately feature is still warming the van, and you can set that for varying amounts of time. So if you're out and about and you know you're not going to be using it for more than that 3 hours, great, do it, utilize that, and you can turn it on and off with your phone whilst you're walking back to the van or whatever you want to do. But yeah, if you're camping, don't do what I did, just use the continuous heat. So just to have a quick rundown of exactly what to do, if you want to go into the auxiliary heater menu and use the heat immediately button, this is at the top and will obviously go on from 10 minutes up until, as it says there, 120. That's the maximum in each individual time setting. That will be for a maximum of 180 minutes. And then, as I said, you'll have to move the van and you won't be able to use the continuous mode or the heat immediately mode. So when you are away, it's best to use the continuous mode. This will stay on as long as you want it, and then that will allow you to use all the settings here from 0 to 10, and you can then start to use the app. But just bear in mind, if you do turn that off on the app, you'll have to go back into the main screen and turn it back on again. And also from the infotainment system, you can get to the continuous heat operation. This allows you to turn it on and off, and you will be able to change the heating settings from 1 to 9 from this screen as well. So it's pretty handy if you're up front and you want to just change that and put it on and off. This is the same too for if you want to go into the menu for the heating function for immediate heat. This allows you to change the departure times and set it up. So if you are going to work on a regular basis and you know you want it to come on for a certain time and temperature, this is where you can do that. Or you can simply just press the button and it will go back to its settings that it was on before. So for all round, this is a really good flexible system. So you've got 3 or 4 different locations to actually change and turn on the heat, depending on how you want it. I hope this video helped you out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.